Hey everyone, Alan Doyle here, and the first thing I want to say is a massive thank you to everyone. I've had so many people coming up to me and saying things like, "Oh, you're making a film, oh that's class, I really want to help, when are you doing it?" And it's just been so much support, and it's been so great. I've had so many brilliant offers of help, so first and foremost I want to get those thank yous out there because it really couldn't be done without you. So today I'm going to go through some of the stuff about what this film actually is, what it's going to be, what the idea is. Now when I sat down to write this, it was a bit different to what I'm used to, because you see I normally write short films, and the writing process for a short film can sometimes go a bit like this. Here lad, want to make a film? Whereas when you've got a feature, there's a lot more you have to put into it, so the writing process kind of goes a bit more like this. So yeah, it was a big jump out of my comfort zone, but you know, I took to it and I put the work in, and I think I've got something that's worth doing out of it. When I sat down to write it, I had three things in my mind that I wanted to do. The first one was funny. I wanted to do funny, because when I've done funny in films in the past, people have tended to like it. I think that calls for a funny montage. So yeah, funny is definitely something that's going to be in there, because people like to laugh, and if people like to laugh and my film makes them laugh, they might like the film. And the second thing I want to put in there was Kilkenny City. In Irish films, you never see Kilkenny City. In fact, you don't see anything from Dublin to Galway. You don't see anything in the middle. You know, Dublin, all the big stuff is set. You've got Once, you've got Kisses, you've got Intermission, you've got The Commitments, you've got Adam and Paul, you know, you could go on and on and on about the Irish film set in Dublin. Then you've got the films set out in the West, you know, The Field, recently The Guard, you know. And in the middle, there's this void. You never see what's knocking about the middle, which is a shame, because if you stop and think, Kilkenny City is gorgeous. Think about it. Every street you walk down is just, you know, it's a joy to the eyes, basically. You know, you're going down High Street, Town Hall in front of you, you know. You walk down James's Street, top of it you've got Mary's Cathedral. Lads, the castle. We live in a city where there's a castle sitting there. Offices one side of the road, other side of the road, castle. You know, this is what should be on film. Kilkenny is a place like no other. So I have written a lot of Kilkenny into it. It is mainly based entirely in Kilkenny City. Mainly based entirely, that's a contradiction. And the third thing that I sat down and wanted to put in this was music. A lot of music. Because Kilkenny has some fabulous musicians and loads of bands that I think everyone needs to hear about. You know, whether they're Alka Jesse or Rescue Remedy, Pyrotechnics, the River Valley Band, you know, whoever they are. I think this music just needs to get out there. It shouldn't stay sitting in Kilkenny. So I've written a lot of music in there. And I've been talking to a couple of people from these bands and they seem fairly into it. So, you know, fingers crossed this will actually work. So yeah, those were the three things that I wanted to put in when I sat down to write it, which is the funny, the city of Kilkenny, and music. So I think I've managed to put them all in there fairly well, and you know, it is a first draft after all, and I'm still tipping along hoping to get a second draft out of it. But I think I've done those three things, so if those three things sound good to you and you want to know more, make sure you've liked the Facebook page, it's down there somewhere. You can follow me on Twitter as well, I'm @AlanMakesFilms, and spread it around to people that you think might be interested or might want to help. And once again, massive thank you to everyone for all their interest and support so far. It's been absolutely great. Thank you all.